Hey everyone, New England Gardening. Today's Saturday, May 5th, 2012. I thought I'd do a quick update on the UCDavis cuttings that I received on March 30th, and I think I got them in the shoe boxes on the 31st. So it's been over a month, and I still have, I think, one more cutting left in the shoe box, but the rest are all have been put into the mixture of perlite and garden soil that I'm trying this year instead of the perlite and vermiculite, and they seem to be coming along. We've had a week of just overcast, so we've got that bright gray light without any sun, which is great. It's really darkened up a lot of the leaves, and I've got a lot of root progress, or a lot of root growth on the cuttings. I did make a mistake on my Ashia cuttings that I received earlier than the UCDavis cuttings. I could kick myself for that because it was just, I just got lazy and sloppy. So let's take a look at the cuttings here. You can see here I've got some really nice green leaves coming out on these cuttings. A couple of things here. You can see the humidity was up. I like to keep the humidity around 75. So what I do is I try to figure out on this piece of plastic that I got how much of a space to maintain so it's not completely covered, to keep that humidity in check, because I don't want any rot starting. You can see on this particular cutting here, you can see right there, there's some dead leaf growth there, and there's mold growing on it, so I want to take that off. But some things to be expected. You know, you don't want to get concerned. I mean, don't get upset about it. You'll see this happen. You'll have leaves drop off depending on, you know, if you had some growth occur while it was in the shoe boxes or in the sphagnum moss. You'll have leaves fall off occasionally, just from rotting. So there's nothing to get upset about. So the mistake I made is, you know, I had my strongest cutting there of Ashia Black, and I got overconfident, and you know, it had really strong roots on it, and so I transferred it to a bigger pot, which I don't know why I did, because you know, they're in a soil mixture. So I transferred it and I put it, I don't know what I was thinking, I put it in a windowsill. I didn't think it was getting any direct sun, but then on a different time of day it got a sliver of sunlight, and I think I pretty much cooked it, and I got it back into the bin as quickly as I could once I discovered it was getting some sun, but it was too late. So here's that cutting. I could really kick myself for that, but yeah, I think it's pretty much, it's collapsed, and I think there's no hope for this one, which was the strongest one. Which, one thing about making these videos, I can always go back and see what might have been and kick myself for that mistake. But here's a cutting of panache that I immediately made sure to put in the bin, even though I transferred it, and it's got really strong roots. I want to maintain a nice humidity level. And this bin here, these were transferred after the first bin. So these got into the soil earlier and have a lot more progress. You can see here, it's got some nice leaves coming out. What is this? Col de Dame. If you can see here, some nice roots on that. But yeah, I had nice roots on the Ashia Black too, so I'm going to really hold off on transferring these. They're doing so good in this mixture, and it's really, you know, it's really difficult when you transfer these, because even though it's plastic, the roots tend to, look at these, you know, they get stuck on the bottom or on the sides, and when you go to transfer them, they're real fragile at this stage, and you can break them. Here's the other Aishia black I transferred. It had the inner core of perlite, but I think the problem was that that perlite would dry out real fast. And so the leaves were starting to already wilt, and I think at that point it was already gone. If you can see here, I pretty much call that the death mold. I mean, I think this cutting here is completely dead, and this white mold will start to develop, and at that point that pretty much tells you there's no recovering this cutting. It's pretty much a goner. So this is the only remaining cutting of Aishia black. It wasn't the strongest, but the other one didn't make it because I was trying a new type of mix technique, and the strongest one died because of a stupid mistake on my part. I did cut the Adriatic into 2 pieces, so here's the Adriatic coming along, and that's actually the other half is the last one that I'm trying to get to root in the shoebox. Here's Excel, which is supposed to be a pretty strong grower. This one here is trying to put out a fig, so I want to break that off. I don't want energy going into that. Yeah. Let's see, I don't want to break the roots either. So just break that off. It's too early to have this. It's too early to have that putting energy into a fig. And this is another XL. Got some nice. This is another XL. I've got some nice roots on that. So other than the catastrophe with the Aishia black, they seem to be coming along. Castle Kennedy seems to be taken off too. There's the roots on the Castle Kennedy. Here's Santa Cruz Dark. Got some nice roots on that. Now when you have the covers on these, you got to realize you're not getting, and you've got like 75% humidity, you're not going to get a lot of evaporation. So this soil stays damp for a long time, so don't overwater. To get is the, I always call this native d'Argentine, but it's Argentile. I don't know why I always thinking of Argentina, I guess. It's got some roots there. And this year I was lucky. I only made one mistake as far as labeling goes. I potted this one up, and then, I don't know, I got distracted. Before you know it, I didn't know what it was. And had to label it an unknown because I wasn't certain exactly what cutting I had just put into the cup. So that's pretty good for me. I just have one. So you gotta be careful and concentrate when you're putting these into cups and label them immediately. There's XL. There's a nice, great roots on this one. It's coming along. And I really like this overcast light that they're getting. They really appreciate the natural sun, or the filtered sun. Nice bright light. And these are the last to go into cups. You can see they still have that sort of blanched white look that you get like from onions that have grown in the produce drawer. So there shouldn't be any, wouldn't expect any roots to show up yet on the outside of these cups. And I've just got, like I said, just one remaining cutting of Adriatic, I think, in the shoebox, and everything else has been placed in the cups. So this is New England Gardening, just showing you the progress of the cuttings. Thanks for watching.